Hey everyone, DarkDragoon here with Season 2, Episode 43 of my FTB Modpack Let's Play. We are going to be picking up right where we left off last episode, but first I was just checking in on my extra bees machines, and our cultivated species serum from last episode finished getting up to full charge and full quality. So now I am injecting this cultivated meadows hybrid with more cultivated DNA to basically make it a purebred so we can breed it with our rural princess. So I haven't actually checked in on our other bee that we had going, so I'm going to do that real quick once we move these bees out of our inventory here. And yeah, so let me pop over here and take a look, and hopefully we'll have gotten some mutation going on, because that would be really great. And we did not. That is a shame. So what I'll probably do is we'll probably take a look at these and figure out what they are. First of all, water-ocean hybrid. Water-ocean hybrid. We might be able to get lucky enough to just breed these back together and get ocean bees, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm going to try it, and if it doesn't work, we'll just have to genetically alter them back into ocean bees. Shouldn't be too big a deal. So, like I said last episode, this episode we're going to get to work basically setting up a grinder for animals, and it's going to be really cool because then probably, I doubt we'll get to it this episode, but probably next episode we'll then be able to go a step further and turn those ground up animals into some really good food. So, I feel like this should be one wider because we have 3 separate spawners, and I think we can just put them right next to each other. So yeah, let's just make this one wider. I'm going to be basically using our filler here in just a second to basically clear this area out and dig down into the ground and give us plenty of room down there for later. So I'm going to pull out my filler, get this area dug out, and then I'll be back. Alright, so we are here back in the factory, and I'm just going to make just a few of these, because we're going to make, you guys can probably guess what I'm going to make. That's right, soul cages. 3 of them, in fact. And then we can clear out our iron bars. Now, I'm thinking, I have a bit of an area obviously set up here that you guys can see easily. I've also dug underneath with our filler, basically for some later machinery. And I think we're just going to put these right into the ground, and that should be just fine. So, yeah, let's put one here, one here, one here. Should be pretty simple. Nothing in them at the moment, obviously. But we are going to grab our soul shards, cow, pig, and chicken. All 3 at tier 5. Probably not necessary to have gotten them to tier 5, but I actually think tier 5, I believe, are the only ones that you can turn off with a simple redstone signal, and I want to be able to do that. So let's see, let's go cow and then pig. Let's see, yeah, cow, then chicken, then pig. So cow, chicken, pig. And there we go. They'll start spawning like crazy. Now obviously I want to stop this for now, so we're just going to do that with some red alloy wiring and a lever, which we should have on us. Been trying to keep levers on me because I use them so often. Look how crazy this thing is already spawning. Come on, get out of my way. You guys are crazy. You guys can pretty quickly see probably what I'm going for here is a massive animal farm. But this doesn't do us any good without a way to grind these guys up and kill them. I could use turtles, but frankly, I'm having too much fun with golems, so I'll meet you guys back in the Thaumcraft base. Alright, so I've made myself a couple more intelligence cores, and I'm going to make a new core. This one is the speed core, so we're going to need quite a bit of modus, which means a couple more trapdoors should do the trick. That should do. 12 trapdoors. probably one of the better sources of modus. Oh, come on. So yeah, next, as soon as we're done with this, next thing on our list is automating putting stuff in that thing, because I have such a problem with it apparently. But there you go, 12 modus, speed core. Alright, so basically we're just going to put this together with some great wood logs. We're going to make ourselves another one of these wood golem workers. Apparently I cannot talk. Which you guys have seen me make before, so I'll go ahead and get the stuff for this, and then we'll put them together. And there we go. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pop our intelligence cores into here with some iron. Look at that. Brand new golem to make. Obviously an iron golem, which requires quite a bit of different stuff. We've got plenty of our Animus and our Victus, but I'm going to probably need to find some Tutamen, because we don't have a ton of that here. On the plus side, we should have a ton of that back at our animals over here. So let me grab those, and we'll put these golems together. All right, so now we just need to get ourselves some Tutamen, and should be 12 of each, and then 12 arrows, because I believe arrows have 1. Yes. These things are going to be pretty expensive, but they are going to be really cool and really useful. In they go, and that's one iron golem worker. Or guardian, rather. So yeah, so there you guys go. Let me go ahead and just get the stuff together for the rest of this off camera, and then we'll probably meet you guys back at the animal farm. Alright, so we're back at our crazy animal spawners, and of course animals all over the place. So let's start slapping down some iron golems. 1, 2, and 3. Now obviously they won't do anything at the moment, because there's no monsters around to fight, but we're going to tell them to fight animals. Not monsters, just animals. And that iron golem will immediately get to work slaughtering that pig. So let's tell them all to fight animals. There we go. And they'll just run around and slaughter animals all over the place, and they should, once they're done, return right back to where we put them down. Let's sort of watch them go for a minute. Pretty nice. Now there's, I was thinking way back when I did my monster spawner of using these, but I was worried about the monsters hurting them. Well, since the animals don't fight back, these are perfect for cleaning up this whole area of all of its animals. And luckily, they have a pretty short range, so they're going to be able to do pretty much exactly what we need them to. But we don't really need them to have a really long range. So the only other thing we really need to do is basically set up a chest that is going to... Look at the golems go. They're so much fun to watch. They're just going to run around and do random stuff. But because these guys are going to be enclosed in a building, we shouldn't have any problems with them sort of going errant and running all over the place. So let's get ourselves a chest put down, and I might move this, but for now let's put it, for now we'll just put it right here. So let's grab our minium stone and give ourselves a chest. This is mostly just going to be a temporary input chest for later, but we went ahead and put the fast on our wood golem. That way he'll run around and move really quick and hopefully collect up everything really fast. Cool. So there you guys go. Pretty simple sort of setup. So what I'm going to do is off camera I'm going to basically build this up and enclose it, and then we can move on to the next step of this. Alright, so I'm back, and I've definitely got done enclosing this thing, and now I'm just pretty much putting together a switch to turn this on and off. And it's going to be nice and hidden, unlike our other one, which I could go back and fix, but why bother at this point? So yeah, there we go. Just want to cover this back up, and we'll probably get some covers to put on there as well. But that'll do for now. Let's mostly I just want to slip inside here. Where's our gravity gun? There it is. We can just use our gravity gun to pull the glass out. Come on. Without breaking it. Pretty cool. And we'll just pop this off here. And of course we'll have to quickly flip the switch to turn it off. But on the plus side, we can also see how at least this system is supposed to work in theory. As we can see, our iron golems are hard at work trying to kill everything that is inside there. And they do. Very, very nice. Not sure why our woodworker is having some problems. That's a little strange. Let me slip inside here and take a look at him. What are you doing, golem worker? You're supposed to be putting stuff in that chest. What are you doing? Alright, let me figure out what's wrong with this wood golem worker. Alright, I worked out what's wrong with him. Apparently he saw some stuff elsewhere and couldn't get to it, so he was pretty much stuck. So let's just turn this on for just a second. Check to see if this is working. It does appear to be. It's moving around pretty quick, picking up all the meats and goodies. Cool. Alright, so the next step of this basically is, since we've got the mechanic for spawning in the animals and grinding them up into their component parts, and even collecting those things, the next step is basically going to be processing those things, sorting them out, basically sorting out the meats from the non-meats, and that's all going to take place down here. And then we're also going to cook up the meat into some delicious hot dog treats. So I'm going to clean this up, probably put some covers on here, and then we'll get together the things we need to move on to the next step of this. Alright, I am back, and we are down underneath our mob farm, our animal farm, and we're going to start putting together a new machine, the Infernal Furnace. This is going to take quite a bit of Vis from the area, so we're going to have to make some accommodations later on, but it should only do it while it's running. So yeah. So it works pretty simply. You can see it's pretty much a multi-block structure. It requires Vis to smelt, and will produce a bit of flux, but that's okay. And then items that we're going to smelt need to be dropped into the top of the furnace, and we spit out the front. So first things first, let's go ahead and put this thing together. We're also going to need, I'm going to need to grab our wand from our Thaumcraft base here in a little bit, but we'll go ahead and get this thing set up, and should be good to go. So pretty simple. It looks like the first layer is going to be nether brick in the corners, and if I recall, it's a 3x3 structure, so not too bad. Should be something along these lines. I'm going to be checking back to the Thaumonomicon a lot. This is the first time I've made this thing, so it should be kind of a cool new thing. So there, more nether brick in the corners, and I believe should be what, iron bars here in the front, yes, like so. Should be lava in the center right here, and then let's double check. I think this is the way it's going to be. Yeah. Nether brick in the corners. This is going to be kind of a pain to do. Let's just do this. And then jump down. That way we're not potentially hurting ourselves. And a bit of obsidian there. And obviously nothing happens yet because, well, we need to get our wand. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Got our wand. And I actually ended up moving this down, pretty much down a block. So let's just smack this with our wand. And bam, there we go. Infernal Furnace. That looks ominous, doesn't it? Cool. I really like the graphic on this too. Huh, that's neat. So, let's take a look at this thing. Pretty simple. Looks like it does not have an inventory. Basically, all it's going to do is we're going to drop stuff into the top, and then that should be able to pull, we should be able to pull things out. It looks like it'll be spit out the front, so basically here, which means we'll probably want to have some kind of transposer system set up to grab everything that it's going to get. But let's just test this thing out to see if it's working. Let's just grab a bit of raw chicken, a bit of beef, and a bit of pork. Just, again, just to test. 3 of each should do. So, drop the chicken in. It should cook it up. It should spit it out. Didn't really spit anything out, did it? Well, it's definitely producing flux. Okay, yeah, we can see it is cooking up the meat. Don't think it should be turning it into beef, though. And it didn't do anything. Well, actually, no, it did cook the chicken. Alright, let me figure out what we're missing here, and I'll be back. Alright, it is in fact working. It's just that the nuggets are a bit of a rare occurrence from this thing. So yeah, so basically what we're going to do is, I'm still debating whether or not we're going to have multiples of these. It might be useful, but then again, it doesn't seem necessary. So yeah, so basically what we're going to do is, everything will come out of our chest up here, head over into this infernal furnace where it'll get cooked up, and then we're probably going to need to catch everything and then sort it. Basically, I'm not sure if we want to just destroy the meat and just keep the nuggets. I'm kind of thinking just keeping the nuggets is a good idea, because then we're just going to have overflowing meat. So let me get together some of the machines that we're going to need for this contraption, and hopefully we can get some of it set up this episode. We'll probably have to finish it up next episode. Alright, so I think I've got everything together that I think I'm going to need. I could be wrong. I'm dealing with a lot of different materials, so a lot of different machines. So the first thing I want to do is I just want to slap a retriever down right on here. Mostly I want to put this down now so that I don't forget it later. But I also want to flip it around the right way. I also wanted to put it down because I knew it was going to spill water all over the place, and so setting it up now means I don't have to worry about it later. And for some reason the lid of our chest got stuck, but that's okay. So pretty much what we want to do is we want to set up a system to automatically sort and handle everything that's going to be coming out of this chest right up here. And to do that, we're just going to basically drill down, stick our sorting machine right here, have it oriented the proper direction. We can set it up later. I also forgot to get our tubing, pneumatic tubing. Let's see. No, we didn't use it all. We got tons of it. Cool. So we'll just go ahead and set up this part. Obviously this sorting machine is going to deal with everything that this animal farm is going to get. And it's going to route all the meat into the direction that we want. And that's going to be the important part of this whole system. Obviously the meat we want to come over here and drop into our furnace. So to do that, we're going to need a transposer, which I left in the factory because I used some to make other machines, of course. So there they are. I robbed our old chicken farm of about half of their transposers, so I knew that eventually I'd have a bunch of extra transposers, but that's okay because they're generally very useful, so we didn't really waste anything by making them. So I think we're just going to pop it right on top like so, and that should work just fine as soon as we orient it the proper direction. Cool. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll just have piping coming out like so. Excellent. And I'm just going to go ahead and run the piping so that we can at least have this part of it sort of sorted and figured out. So obviously the sorting machine is not only going to pump out meat, but this is going to be the color that we paint. Basically, we're just going to paint something that color to make sure only meat goes down that way. And then we can sort the other materials with a different color and have them go somewhere else. So I think we'll be fine just slapping this down right here. And I'm going to test this in just a minute. Yeah, that'll do. Because as things come out of the infernal furnace, they should pop right into the transposer here, which should work just fine. Now I have a chest somewhere, and I want to go ahead and test this right now. Mostly because I don't want to get halfway through this build and then realize that we messed up something in the very beginning. So basically we're just going to have this guy set, let's do it as that. And we'll just grab ourselves a bit of chicken and put that in there. And beef, obviously this isn't going to run just yet because there we go. And probably what I'm going to do later is set this to do one and then basically rotate it. That way we're going to be constantly just be getting one of each meat, and then that'll drop down. So, alright, so let's go ahead and hook up this sorting machine to some power. And I definitely want to have our power someplace centralized so that we can sort of hook up this retriever as well. So I'm thinking something like right here. No, that's gonna mess with that. Yeah, let's just do it right. Let's do it above ground. That'll be fine. Right there. And then we can just hook up blue wiring through the walls there, which we can do now. I'm going to use our pickaxe of the core since our drill, actually, we don't really need that thing. So what we can do is we can basically just drill back in here, and of course our golems are going to have a conniption fit, but we'll just have to deal with that. So that'll hook up to there, and then that can run pretty much straight across, I think. Yeah, because I don't necessarily want to do it right up against the wall there. I want to be able to connect it along the back side. Mostly because I want to also be able to adjust this if needed. Alright, golem, you are in the way. Always getting in the way, these golems. Come on, come out of there. Gonna need some covers. Whoops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Crap. Alright, well, if that's how you're gonna be, we'll just do that. And we'll hook us up with some covers right here. Cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and put down some solar panels. That should do the trick. Of course, it's becoming night, but it is starting to charge, so I'm going to close this back up. Come on. Okay. And there. Cool. Alright, so I think it probably put our stone bricks right in here, so we can just cover this back up. And I'm going to sleep through the night. Alright, looks like our sorting machine powered up to full and started throwing our stuff into our infernal furnace. It actually threw everything in there, but we can actually see this does appear to be working fairly well. We're getting some meat, we're getting some nuggets, and everything's cooking up in here kind of slowly, but that's to be expected. This is going to eat up a lot of V, so obviously as we move ahead and get this thing fully set up, we'll then want to probably switch gears and try to do something about our Vs in the area, because otherwise we're going to get a bunch of flux and it's not going to be too nice. But we're getting quite a bit of stuff here, which is good. It's cooking it all up pretty slow, but it's cool nonetheless. I'm really liking how this is already coming together. So all we really need to do now, that's a problem. Our golem worker seems to have fallen through the floor. That's not good. I'll probably have to make some kind of adjustment because we really don't want that happening. So let's grab him, put him back where he belongs. Get back in there, sir. Can we cram him through the... There we go. Come on. Whoop. What just happened? Why did that do that? Let's pull this out and slip it right there. Hopefully get this... There we go. Alright, so... I really only want this pulling them out. Pulling out what I tell it to, because otherwise we're going to burn up a lot of random stuff. But yeah, alright, so cool. I was a little worried that since a bunch of stuff went in there at once, that it was going to have some issues, but it's not at all. The transposer does appear to be working perfectly. Very, very nice. Cool. So the next stage of this whole system is going to basically involve, once it comes into this transposer, it's going to need to be, we're going to need to sort out all the raw meat, or all the cooked meat with the nuggets, which is going to pretty much require another sorting machine. And I'm pretty much just going to put it right here. We could have done this with filters, but I like sorting machines. And we can do with one sorting machine what would probably take a good couple filters. So there we go. Now this should pretty much, let's see here. We're going to tell it cook pork and steak, and of course chicken is going to go down one route, and then nuggets will go down a completely other route. And of course we still need our chicken bits, but it's interesting, there's also a bunch of XP forming there. Didn't realize that would happen. Okay, we did get some chicken nuggets, so we'll just do that. Cool. And of course for right now this isn't going to do anything, but looks like this is probably finished running, so yeah. Alright, so let me get some paint, as we definitely need to get the sorting of all of this worked out before we sort of move on. So I'm going to get some paint and then I'll be back. Alright, so I've got some paint, so I just want to paint this brown. And what other kind of stuff? We're going to also get leather and feathers. I'm not sure we're going to get anything else. Maybe eggs as well. So basically we're just going to, let's go with 3 barrels. That should do the trick for now. We're going to need more later on, but for now this should do the trick. So, well, I could just make I'll just go ahead and make a bunch of barrels. Probably, we'll just make 3. I think I have another barrel lying around somewhere, so. Okay, a couple barrels just to handle our excess junk that's going to come out of this. I'm thinking they can just go, well, let's put them downstairs. We'll have sort of everything self-contained down here. And I'm thinking right along this wall. Should do it. Alright, so basically everything else is just going to come down here into this black path. and then we'll just hook this up like so. So now we can just go up here, and we should be able to start. We're definitely going to need some raw materials, but basically this will go brown. Where's brown? And everything else can go the default route. We might change this later, but there we go. So let's turn this on and just see what happens. Obviously things should start, the worker should start putting things into the chests, and things should start going. At some point. Should definitely be getting stuff in here. Oh, I know what it is. It's that. There we go. That way it'll constantly tick. Alright, everything's flowing. Leather and feathers are winding up down there, where all the meat is going down brown. Perfect. And that should get cooked up. And if this is working properly, it should... It might have a little problem with this sorting machine in line here. Yes, it definitely is. Okay. Alright, so that's simple enough to deal with. Where's our drill? Okay. Huh, it looks like things were getting stuck in the sorting machine. Okay. I'm going to need a second just to sort of sort out how I want to run this, and then I'll be back. Alright, there we go. It was fine, just had to get some power to it. And now, for now, obviously, it's just going to basically act as a tube, which is fine. I am definitely going to basically set this up so that it's going to sort meat separately from nuggets, which we could probably go ahead and do right now. Don't really want leather going right there. Let's looks like our worker golem is having a little bit of problems trying to do his job properly. I'll fix him later. The other thing I want to do is I basically want to just set up the other route for eggs. That way that's the only thing that's going to go there, but I'm not actually sure where I put the eggs. Yeah. Alright, yeah, let me find some eggs and I'll be back. Alright, I found an egg, just plopped it in there. Realistically, we're not going to get too many of those, because the chickens shouldn't survive that long, but just in case we do, we have a place for it to go. So, now what I'm thinking is we could pretty simply set this thing to say meat goes down the black path, right? The different cooked meats, that is. So let's put those in here. And pork. Okay. And then we could just hook this straight up to here. So long as we don't use brown on this sorting machine, we'll be fine. So I definitely want to be careful, but we can actually just connect it. No, I want to connect it right here. Actually, I'm going to make some covers because I want to be sure that this is set up right and is as condensed as possible. I don't want it to be too crazy. So I'll just set this up like so. Just with some covers, we can provide some good organization to this. And definitely want to put a cover there so it doesn't connect. Alright. So we can just run it like so. And we should be good. Good. We should be good to go here. I'll just basically block all this off. Break this. And yeah, we should be set. So obviously we're going to want our nuggets to go down a different route, so I'm basically just going to go ahead and set them up now. And they're going to go down, we'll say the white path. We're not going to need too many paths. Okay, why did you kick back? Oh, because there's no barrel for this stuff to go into. So I'm going to need to make more barrels after all. So let me do that off camera. Alright, so real quick, I've pretty much just set this chest here to white. It looks a little crazy and is connecting funny, but that's okay. This is not permanent. Mostly so I can start the process of sorting everything in here. So you can see, obviously the nuggets are going into this chest, and all the meats are going that way. Cool. That's exactly what we want. Because basically what we're going to do after this is have this white line take our nuggets to auto crafting table. And we're also going to need to set up a system to pull the sugar cane out and auto craft that into sugar. And then we're going to combine all the nuggets with sugar to get crazy hot dogs. Yeah, they're, again, not called hot dogs, but they're essentially hot dogs. I mean, think about it. Ground up beef, chicken, and pig, yeah, that's a hot dog. So, unfortunately, this is probably about the point where we need to call this episode. We ran a little bit long. So, stay tuned for next episode when we're going to finish up this crazy meat contraption. And, yeah, hopefully it'll be cool. So, until then, this has been, episode 43 of DarkDragoon's Feed the Beast Modpack Let's Play. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Stay tuned for next episode, and I'll catch you guys later.